Welcome back to Raw Conversations, unscripted, uncensored platform for the youth to be able to speak their truth. And we are in the building. So new page alert on Instagram, raw underscore conversations, the number one, and also on YouTube. So definitely tap in. My name is Camila. I am the host, and I'm gonna pass the mic next to me, Miss Lady Hollywood.
Hey, you guys, my name is Miss Lady Hollywood. You can find me at I'm So Hollywood Talent on Instagram and also at Mrs. Lady Hollywood. And great to be here with Camila.
Thank you, thank you. So it might just be us chatting. We'll see how this all plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Hey,
We can talk though.
whichever way it is, we can chat.
We can absolutely chat. So I have to start off with, first of all, can I share how we met or how
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know you?
definitely. Yeah, I'm open.
Yes,
So go
I
ahead.
can. Okay,
Hmm.
all right. So, and this was a really crazy story. So, with Politic and Broadcasting, Riverside Studios, there was a major concert, and Miss Lady Hollywood's husband was performing, and so the name was very familiar. Are you there? You know the
Yes,
story I'm
yes.
about to tell,
Yes,
right?
I do. I know. I'm silently laughing. Like,
So let me tell you. So we're having the concert at Riverside Studios, and he's performing. So, and I'm doing a lot of the back end work, right? The
yes.
run of show and stuff like that. And so we're sitting next to the stage where all the artists have to pass us to get on stage. And
Yeah,
I'm
I actually seen you and Brittany sitting over there.
Brittany and I were sitting there, and Brittany does content creation for Politic, and shout out to Britt. And we're sitting there, and to be honest with you, it had been a long day. It had been a lot of planning, and I was literally like, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home.
You
And I mean, performances were great, but I was just tired. So
have
I'm
been working
sitting
all day,
there,
yeah.
right, right. And so I'm sitting there, and he walks up, takes my phone out of my hand. Now, mind you, never met you.
Yes.
Never met you. Don't know
Yeah.
you. Took my phone out of my hand and went just like this. Went, oh, we going live and we da 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 da. And so I start
That
going
is so
off like,
yeah.
who the hell he think he is? Like, what is really going on? I'm
Yeah.
super confused. But what
With
I
him, you were sitting next to Britt, and that's fam. So you were automatically family. Like he didn't meet any strangers. But I
it,
would have been the same way. Like, are you serious?
I was literally like, for real, seriously.
Man,
But I have to say, great spirit, jovial energy,
right.
love the music, love the performance, and all of that,
Right, right. So
and
I mean,
all
that
of
was a
that.
crazy night. That was a crazy night. And it's funny because I seen you guys sitting over there and I heard him say, I'm gonna go say hi to Brittany. And I was like, oh, she's over there sitting with the other lady. Like, cause I didn't know you at that point in time.
Right.
Never knew that he grabbed your phone out of your hand. So crazy.
I, I was like, okay. I was like, that's what we doing today. That's
I
what
guess so, huh?
that's what we doing today. But I have to say, hats off to you. I
Thank
have
you.
to say
Thank you.
that because
Thank you.
you can always tell how a man moves, the type of
Right.
support, and the type of woman in his life.
Right. Right.
You know
You
what I'm
gotta
saying?
it's like people ask me like, oh, how do you deal with it? Or, like, don't you get tired of it? But you got to kind of give it that 50-50. That's his dream. And you know what? I'm good at the organizing. I'm good at the making sure everything is okay. So let's do this together. We're just going to build together. You know what I mean? So thank you. That means a lot because a lot of
Yeah.
people see it, but then a lot of people don't. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Rest in heaven. Rest in
Thank you.
heaven.
Yes, definitely rest in heaven where I
Absolutely.
know he's resting in heaven, but probably still creating a mess up there.
Oh, you know what? He making music up there, so
Right, right.
they having a party. I bet it's a lot better than what we have to
You
deal
know
with
what?
down here.
Because it seems like all the good ones are going. So you know what I mean? Either up there having a party or sitting or up there waiting like when are you going to release my other music? Because I've been kind of
Right.
procrastinating a little bit, but I'm back on it. So
Like let's drop this track.
yeah, I'm back in the studio and second week after June. Well, the second week of June, I'm back in the studio. So
Wow, wow.
yes,
That's a lot. And then being a mother and having all of that, like It is a challenge. You know what? I was just having a few conversations with a few of my girlfriends just about trying to manage the entrepreneurial
Hmm.
aspect, but then also the parenthood, but not the parenthood as in, I just support my child, but doing
Right.
like your whole schedule revolves
Right.
around what they have going. That's different.
Right, right. And then I have some people that, and I was just talking about that today. So I'm really blessed because my mom helps me tremendously. But then I have some people like, like, oh, you could do it because your mom helped you. And no, 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 no. She watches them when I need to go somewhere. But as far as, oh, mom, I need help with school, or mom, I want to sign up for basketball and practices. No, that's all me. But babysitter, yes. So not only with the kids as a job, you work 40 hours a week because you're trying to build your own, and so you can't quit until your own is to the level you want it at. So I mean, I work good under pressure, and I'm not going to stop, it, Camila. So
I do know it. Like I absolutely know it. But I mean, that's definitely a good model, to have in front of you.
right.
Because and so many of the young people they want to be on this entrepreneurial, path and be
Hmm.
independent, even as artists, being independent artists. And
Yes.
I think that's amazing. But I just look at what we talk about personally,
Yes.
versus what everybody else sees, and the
Yeah.
whole, trying to work, but trying to provide and trying to, I mean, even having
Yeah.
to say, okay, well, I'm working on my music and I'm working on my artistry, but then I have to go get a 9 to 5, or I have to.
Man, it's a lot, and I have to tell people this, especially the young kids, because so when me and my husband decided to do the music, he had did music for years, and you know what, was still in a group and almost got signed, but he took a break, and then we had our family and he wanted to do music, and I said, okay, we're going to do it the right way. And I noticed a lot of the young kids want that quick fame and that quick fortune, and that's the reason why you see so many kids and young adults signing contracts that are not good for them, or just going about the wrong way, getting scammed. So I have to tell them that if you want to do something, it first starts with research. Okay. We went into the music again. Like I said, he had the experience, but we looked at it like, okay, it didn't get you where you wanted to be the first time. So let's whole new plan. And I
Right.
would have to say that sitting down and kind of road mapping what we were going to do within a year right now was out, and it was just buzzing all over. And that's what I'm doing now with, my other businesses as well. But take your time. There's no quick fame, there's no quick fortune.
It
Like, you
doesn't
have to be
exist.
organized.
You know what? It's crazy that you said that. We actually did an episode, and you know how once you record, you have to figure out, what is the title of this episode going to be,
Right.
and it was microwavable ass generation.
Yeah.
But there were two aspects to it. It was the aspect of, oh, I respect your grind and your hustle because
Hmm.
you're gonna figure out how to get it done. But then also, without going through the mud is what creates integrity and character.
Yes.
Let's not
Yes.
miss that. Like we cannot miss that.
Yeah, definitely. And we've talked to I mean, I've had kids even after Hollywood had passed hit me up like, oh, can you manage me this and that? I can rap, I want to do this. And it's just like, when I asked them, okay, first of all, are you serious? Secondly, I'm a manager. Now, we're friends, and I'm, like, I'm a mentor, but I'm a manager. And third, we're not going to go right into the studio. We're going to do this, that, and they don't want it. So yeah, you have to, I always tell people, it's kind of like a plant. You got to plant that seed and water it before it's going to grow. Like,
Right.
but I think everything is done better when it's independent, but you have to know how to make it great, because being independent, you're investing a lot. So why would you just want to throw something out there and hope that it, blows up?
And hope somebody catches it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you can kind of tell. I love to come in contact with young artists who show you that they're hungry,
Yes. Yeah.
because it hungry and humble.
Yes, exactly.
They still have something to learn. They still, yeah, even at my age, and I'm, as long as I'm living, I'm learning.
Yeah, and that's me too. Like, even like being around you and the whole politicking team, like, okay, yes, I was in the music, and yes, I was doing the talent and the acting stuff. But when I'm with you guys, I'm study, like jotting down notes. Everybody can learn. You learn something new every day. But what you said, a young person that is humble and willing to learn, like you might be the best rapper out there, but I can probably tell you something that's going to help your career. So you are definitely right.
So let me ask you this question. What do you feel like music, what do you feel about music today? Like if we had to, okay, if we had to think about what we grew up on
Yeah.
and what we will probably play to this day, like certain like classics,
Yes.
and then the music today, I'm just curious to know
So I
your
was
thoughts.
just, it's funny you said that. I was just talking to a friend about that. There are lyricists and then there are rappers. So music today, it's all about how that beat sounds. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, there's some rappers out there that they're still, they put their actions into their rap. They put their life story into their rap, like Kendrick Lamar and who else? Even Jay-Z. Like, but then you have some of the rappers that come out and that are doing very well. Don't get me wrong, they're talented, but it's all about that beat and about the hype, you know? So when I'm looking for talent, like I've turned down a lot of people even after Hollywood passed, because like Hollywood used to say, rapping and music is not all about rhyming. It's not all about, you know,
Hmm.
the beat. You're not just trying to write that beat. You have to know how
Hmm.
to write. You have to know how to pull people in with your words. And what
Right.
many people didn't realize with him, the beat was good, and everybody would always say, "Man, I thought you cussed in your rap," and he didn't cuss. That was his thing. You
No,
will
you would
never.
think, but you would think,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what it took for you to say that, because you
Hmm.
said that before,
Yeah.
and I had to really think back, and I was like, damn, nah, he didn't.
Never. And I have unreleased stuff that I'm going to release soon. And you would think you hear cuss word. Like you said, I, like my colleagues, I can't tell them what to do. So if I have someone featured on there, go ahead. But he was always like, I'm not even going to cuss. And he was mad at this one song that I'm going to release because he said, damn. And he was like, my thing is, I don't want to cuss. And I mean anything, but like, so I say that to say a lot of people
Damn,
think,
damn, damn, damn,
you know
damn.
what I mean? A lot of people think that they want to put out music and they got to cuss every sentence. Like, no.
Right,
So
right,
it's totally different music than back then. It had a meaning. Now
right.
it's about the beat, the hype.
Yeah, yeah. And I get that. They want, what's catchy and all of that. Let me ask you, how do you feel, or have you even gotten a chance to listen to Mr. Morale and the Hots and the Steppers, Kendrick Lamar's new project?
Man, okay, so I I have to hear it. Like with my son, he's playing it like over and over. My 11-year-old, he's into, I wouldn't just say rap, but a lyricist. So I listened to the first couple songs and I was like, I got to take this in steps, because he's one that makes you think. I don't care what he puts out. He makes you think and he makes you listen to him. That is what you call a deep rapper. So I think my
Mm,
11-year-old has put me on more of his songs than I've listened to, but literally with every album that's come out of his, like I've literally one song at a time and I'll play it and I'll just listen to it and vibe to it for about a week or so and then on to the next. But it's deep. Like he is amazing. He has an amazing talent. He's very creative, and the words along with the videos, like he's amazing. So
I haven't even paid attention to the videos. Let me tell you something, Ange. Like, it's crazy. Let me say this first. So I'm not a manager. I
mhm.
can't sing worth shit, and none of that, none of that.
Right.
But my father was a self-taught musician from Chicago,
Mhm.
and he did jazz and gospel.
Okay.
And so growing up in the studio, behind the scenes, the writing aspect, the,
Yes.
the hearing a melody, creating a melody in the middle of the
Man.
night. And he was a keys, so like
Yes.
he played the keys. So like all of that, I just have not only a different ear for music,
Yeah.
but I see music very different than most people, because
Mhm.
I saw how cutthroat the industry was and
Yes,
is.
definitely.
They were so gun-ho about his talent that they didn't give a shit about how he was really doing internally,
Yeah.
mentally, spiritually. And that was his demise. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so but the just me being able to hear music, and me most importantly looking at who the artist truly is, not just
Yep.
saying, oh, you got a hot beat, okay, you know what I'm saying, but actually
Yeah.
digging deep into, is this what you want to say? Is this your purpose? Like, is this,
Yeah, but you know what? You have to go through a situation like that, because not only until I met my husband did I appreciate music a lot more, because from the pianist that came in, or the saxophone player, and how we had a beat and had to definitely reconstruct that beat to what he wanted in the studio time and the mixing and the mastering, like, it makes you have a different love and outlook and respect,
and
really,
respect.
for, so when somebody puts out a amazing album and you see these artists out there and they come out and you hear the album and you're like, okay, this is hot because of the words, but then I hear like the different beats that they're putting into it. Oh, they added cymbals here, they added, bass here. So that's why for me to say somebody is amazing, like, it has to be something special, because I've been in the studio so much now. I have a different ear for music.
Right. You're looking at the overall picture, not just
Yes.
one track or one project. You're looking at the whole picture. And I love to see when you can see growth. Like, even
Yes.
with since we were just talking about Kendrick Lamar, even with his project, like, you can actually see the growth.
Hmm.
Like, not that any body of work was, bad, or it was
Yeah, but
different
you see
stages
his
in it.
maturity.
Yes.
Yep.
You can actually
I
hear
say that about Jay-Z all the time too. Like, from where Hove started to even his music now, just to him as a person, you see the maturity and the growth, and it's a whole nother respect level for him as well. Like, and I've seen him in concert and it is
I've never seen him in
amazing.
concert. You saw him out here, like
Yeah,
LA?
so it was funny because my husband wanted to go to a concert, and I am a Beyonce fanatic.
Are you?
You cannot say anything about this lady and
Oh
say,
shoot. Wait. Hold on. You're part of the Beehive?
yeah, definitely. So I'm going to tell you, no one can negatively talk down about her. I am
Oh shoot.
literally, and they were actually doing the concert together. So it was the perfect concert for me in Hollywood, because when Beyonce wasn't singing, it was Jay-Z, and the way that they like combined their songs and their music, even though they have a lot of music together, but their whole stage presence and act, man, the best concert I ever went to.
Let me tell you what I can get with. Wait, first of all, was it the On the Run tour?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you. Hold on. I want to say they did their last performance on that tour in maybe in London. I'm not sure.
I
But
believe so. Yeah.
it, and they were performing I don't care if we on the run, baby,
Oh,
long as
okay.
I'm
Okay.
next to you. But when
Mhm.
they actually performed it on stage, when Jay-Z was rapping, she was doing like the visuals behind
Yes.
it.
That's what
Like,
I'm
I
saying.
was,
Like,
oh,
I'm
that's I
telling
can.
you, like, even the transition into the songs, and me and Hollywood were like, even if you say, okay, I'm waiting on Beyonce, then she'll just come from out of nowhere. Like, it was so good. We bought tickets, and I spent, when I tell you I know she's going in concert, I spent a nice penny to be up there in front. And then she ended up adding another day because it was just a hot, tour. And I ended up buying another set of tickets, but we were kind of back more. But it was the best concert.
No, I mean, well, we're definitely well respected artists. Well
Yes.
respected artists. I feel like it's so much now, just even guiding them
Yeah.
on, the
Yeah.
decisions to make, and because everything is just moving at such a fast pace, you
Yeah.
know.
I look at it like I am looking for, well, I have a girl artist I'm looking at, but I am looking for another artist to bring out, but I can't want it more than
Now,
you.
what type of artist? What let me hear what you're looking for.
So, I mean, I was telling them, one of the managers that I work with, I want a singer this time, and I want a rapper as well. But when I look for an artist, I look for somebody that's humble, willing to learn. I don't care if you've had a mini record deal before. Okay, well, we're back here. You're working with me. You know what I
Right,
mean? So humble, willing to learn. I've done this. I've been studio all around, marketing all around. So let's get in this together. But I can't want it more than you. Like you
right,
said, you got to be hungry. Please know how to write, because I tell anybody, like, we can come or we can record all day, but wonder if I'm in the studio. And I used to even tell my husband, when I was in the studio, I was a manager. I used to tell him, like, no, that don't sound right. Like, let's take a break, 30 minutes. Let rewrite that verse. You know what I mean? So if you don't know how to write and you have a writer writing for you, we may not have time, for somebody to come and write for you. But as long as they're hungry and want it for themselves and humble and willing to learn, like that's really, I'm not really picky about it. You got the talent, you can obviously show me, but I can't want it more than you because it's an investment. And a lot of these young kids don't think of that. Oh, I want to rap, I can be the next star. Okay, well, if I'm going to manage you, you're going to give me some studio time, but you don't want to listen. And I'm shoving out thousands of dollars to create your album. Like, no.
Right. Right.
So that's what I look for in an artist: humble, willing to learn, and the hunger for it.
And I'm from the old school. Like, nothing came easy to me, period.
Yes.
Like nothing. And even like I'll tell you, even before I started my mentoring program, my mentor has an organization in LA dealing with domestic violence.
Right.
And when I got laid off of my job, for almost 1 year while I was on disability, I went in like a regular 9 to 5 and held
Right.
sales and meetings and, just all type of grant writing and everything. And
Yeah.
that's where I learned a lot. But then I also got a lot of contacts. So when I was ready to kind of fly on my own, you've
Mhm.
already built these relationships naturally.
Yes.
Naturally. But that
Yes.
came from putting in work without, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, I did it with this music thing, like meet people and we talk and we see each other because I need you back in the studio and we've gained relationships and everything. So I know what you mean. Like, and I can call them anytime because they love me. You know what I mean? Because I came to them willing to learn. Like
Right.
I was new to it. So I definitely understand what you mean.
Right, right. Okay, so let me ask you this. It's a whole lot going on. The one thing that really just kind of, it was kind of like a numb feeling, but then also like what in the hell is going on? The
Right.
shooting in Texas.
Man,
Like, okay. So, and from my understanding, it was 19 children who
yeah.
were killed. The guy was 18 years old, came onto the campus. I think he shot his grandmother first,
Yep.
killed his grandmother, came to the campus, and I think two of the adults or teachers were
Yeah.
killed, and then 19 just random children were killed. And then he had sent some type of message to somebody on social media,
Yeah.
like basically talking about his plot and his plan. And I sat back, let me tell you, I sat back and I was just thinking, I said, it's crazy how many of our youth are suffering in silence.
Yep.
The ones that don't talk feel like they can't talk, feel like
Yes.
they don't have a voice, feel like, and I tell parents all the time, with everything being so crazy, sometimes you have to say, put this down, put
Yep.
that down, put all of that down. What's going on with you?
Yep. Exactly.
How do
Like,
you feel? How was your day? Mentally, spiritually,
yeah.
physically?
I mean, when I see things like that, I for some reason I want to see the more of the stories. So I start looking for more because I want to see like the background.
Start
And
digging.
what people don't know is like, yes, I'm in the entertainment industry, but I also have a master's in psychology. So then my brain just starts to,
Say it again. Say it again. Have a
I have
what?
a master's in psychology,
There we go.
So, and a master's in education. So those two
Right.
together, like, so when I heard about it, of course, heartbreaking, and it hits close to home. You start thinking about your kids, your nieces. It doesn't even have to be like your kids. Nieces and nephews are like your kids sometimes. So I was
Right.
looking into the story. One girl in particular, I was like, I hope her parents get her some type of help because she played dead. She saw her best friend shot in front of her, took her blood.
Oh,
Yeah, she took her blood from her best friend, rubbed it on her, and played dead. Okay, and that was the only reason why she survived. So I was looking into the story, and one of the fathers, her best friend fathers, was asking like, "You got blood on you? Are you okay? Like, where's my daughter?" And she had to tell him like this was her blood. You know what I mean? So
mm,
a lot of the young kids are suffering in silence. I tell people like with my kids, it's like, okay, you've been on the game for enough time. You've been put your phones down. Like even this podcast thing, you guys did it last week. You may not want it to do it again, but no, we're gonna do it again because it's that one is a black empowerment or young enough to know. That's what that podcast is about. Young enough to know. I'm young enough to know what's going on in the world. I'm young enough to understand it. And electronics have taken over. I mean, I see 2-year-olds with a phone. So you do
Yeah.
have to sit down and talk to your kids. Some people say my kids are shy. No, they're not shy. Like, you need to talk to them and, just see how they're doing. Just see how they're doing, but a lot of parents are too involved into their own. And
Into their own lives. Yeah. And what they have
yeah,
going on.
like the quiet ones are the one. And so it's not even necessarily the quiet ones, but you also have to watch their behavior. And many parents don't do that. You're in your room. Oh, okay. When my 16-year-old is in the room too long, I'm going in there like, what are you doing here? You good? I ain't seen you for half of the day. Like, what are you doing? Like, come out and let's watch a movie. You know what I mean? Like, get off the electronics, because there's a lot of hate on social media. I've
Right.
seen posts to where challenges and posts where people saying, try this, kill yourself. This, and these are grown men in a kid's, like website. So
It really doesn't make sense. And I would say that I hope, the young ones don't be like, why did you say that? Because I'm gonna say it anyway. So one thing that I started doing was just literally randomly, okay, hey, we're going to Walmart, right?
right,
Once we pull up into the parking lot, put your phone in the glove compartment. I put my phone in the glove compartment. We both get out the car and we just literally walk and talk.
right,
Well, why do I have to put my phone? Why do I have to power my phone off? Why do I have to leave my phone? Why? Don't worry about that. Don't worry
right.
about that. This is a moment. This is a 30
Yeah.
minute to an hour moment where we are disconnecting from everything outside to figure out how we are doing.
My kids have been mad because I've been like, okay, we bought him a basketball court. Like, okay, my son wants to stay on the video games. No, come on, we're going to go down for an hour or two. Let's play basketball. So they've been mad about it, but now they're asking me to go downstairs and play basketball.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay. So it just took a little bit of
yeah, it took a little bit, but it takes some effort from the parents. You know what I mean? If not, these kids will sit up, especially during COVID. I knew a lot of kids that were depressed, you know? Like, and I'm sorry if you hear my 4-year-old in the background, he's now up and at it, but a
oh, you
lot of kids,
good?
a lot of kids were depressed during COVID. A lot of kids, parents at work, you can't go to school, you stay at home. Then they want to try different challenges and these challenges are crazy. See how long you can not hold your breath. Like, and I know kids that died from it during COVID. You know what I mean? So you have to check on your kids, check this, what they're on, check their social medias, and no kid is too old.
At all, especially if I'm paying a bill. Hello.
That part. Like,
Hello.
password what?
You
I
can
better
never
have it.
right. You can
Yeah.
never be too grown for that. And although they may not like it, that shows that we care. That shows that we are protectors. That shows, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
shows that we are doing what we are supposed to do. If you don't like, if you like everything I say, I'm not doing my job. How
Thank
about that?
you. Thank you. Like, my son wants to just start his driving school now, and he had changed his password. And I said,
Wait,
wait,
now
when
how
did I?
old is he?
He's
16?
16. Yeah. So I'm
Woo!
like, first of all, I pick up his phone. I don't know the password. When did I tell you to change your password? So I made him wait 2 weeks, change it back to what I said. Now he's doing the driving school, but you're not about to finish the driving school and I'm going to give you a car and you're going to go out there. It's like, Mom, no, 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 no. Because I've seen parents that do that and they end up hurt in the end. Either their
Mhm.
kid has been hurt or the kid has hurt them with the disrespect. So no.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's not going to work. I mean, and that's a true testament of being a parent. I'm a little old school. I'm
Yeah.
a little old school, and
Yeah, they get mad because we make them wake up and read a couple Bible verses. Yep, before you get on that game, read a couple Bible verses. And guess what? You guys got church on Sunday. And I'm not saying like, some people are not religious. I'm not saying
right,
that, but
right.
you have to have something that motivates you or something that makes sure that you can start it in the beginning of the day and then that can help you throughout your day. I don't care if it's something you writing motivation or whatever. So I'm not saying that to just say it's all religious. No,
Right.
if you don't, if you even if you can write something or talk to somebody that's going to get your day started in the most humblest positive way, then just do it.
I want to share. I want to share this tip because and like you said, not it doesn't necessarily have to be religious. But one thing that my mom did when I was growing up, and that I still do with my son, and my son is a senior in high school,
Hmm.
is overnight on his Alexa
Yeah.
playing. And sometimes it is ministry as far as it's
Yes.
playing while he sleep.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
it's white noise. Sometimes it's the sound of rain. But it is, you've had this full day. You've had all of these things going on, all this information that has come in. So now that it's time to sleep, you know, you want something that's going to help you to calm down, to relax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
create
do
that
that myself, and I'm
environment.
grown. I
You?
do it myself. I'm grown.
Okay.
I take a day. There's some days I don't care. It doesn't have to be a Sunday. And for my preference, you know, I'm Christian, but I'll take a day to say, you know what? No rap music, no nothing, you know? And I listen to my gospel music on my motivational post. I'll post those. And I mean, during COVID, don't get me wrong, nobody's person. I started to see changes that I wanted to make within myself. And it took a lot to happen in life for me to say, you know what, it's time for me to change. And since I've been doing it, like, no stress, my life has been better. Like, you just keep all negativity out your life.
You know what? And you got to make sure you also surround yourself with
Yeah.
people that are kind of going down that same path. Like that is super important. It's super
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So it's so much. It's so much. So much.
Yeah. It is. I mean, this is such an amazing, amazing podcast because raw conversations, there's everything to talk about. It's life, it's work, it's, you know what I mean?
It's a whole lot to talk about. It's a whole
Right.
lot that needs to be discussed. But so
Right.
what I want to do now is I want you to tell everybody what your next project is. Now I wanted to talk about the logo I saw and the talent
Right.
management, but I was like, wait, should I be saying that or
No, I mean, you know what? Hey, we support each other. So I am starting the talent management. The music side, I got down packed. I have a lot of things coming with the music side. Um, to be continued. I have to just wait till I hear a lot of different things, you know, that's get confirmed. But the talent management, I'm starting for any babies, kids, teenagers,
you have a
young
specific
adults.
age range?
No, no, because
Okay.
guess what? There's roles for everybody out there, but I'm starting a talent management for acting, modeling, voiceovers, everything. Because what people don't know is before my husband, my brother used to be into the acting and entertainment industry, and he was a Disney kid, and I had a lot of connections from him being on Disney for a few years. So I'm
Okay.
connecting back with all the agents and everything, and
That's where the
it's,
money is.
you know, like, man, sitting on the
Where
sets with
the
him,
bread
it's
is.
just like sitting on the sets while he's filming all day. Hannah Montana, Zoe 101, just so I figure, you know what, I'm good at that too. Let me just branch it off, like, because eventually I want to open a full performing arts center.
Right.
Yeah.
A full performing arts
Yeah.
center.
From music to acting to theater, everything, you know?
That's needed. That's needed.
Yes.
I mean, and then we do have, you know, a few of those. I mean, I know I'm familiar with some in LA. We have referred some youth to different
Yeah.
performing arts centers there, but I know there were certain situations where the parents literally couldn't afford.
Yeah. And that's
Then,
the thing. Like mine, I don't want it to be that way. I mean, there's a lot of them that you look at it and it's like, okay, that's a parent's income for their annual income.
right.
But I want to eventually out here where we live build a huge performing arts center and then nonprofit have grants to come in and help the youth because there's a lot of talented kids and they don't come from wealthy families.
Absolutely. I mean, that's you know what that's where a lot that's when you have time to pretty much write because this is what I think about. I think if you are living in a chaotic environment, sometimes writing is your peace. A lot of
Yes.
times, music is your peace. People don't realize
Yep.
music is therapy. It's
I
a
mean, look at the
universal language
dance.
of therapy.
Yeah. I mean, I am very close and respect Tommy the Clown. I've been around them for, for a while and the most talented dancers. And, like they're from the inner city, but their skills in dancing, not only dancing, but uh, gymnastics, you know what I mean? Like
Yes,
these kids flip
yes.
and dance and do everything. And they were not raised with a gold spoon in their mouth, but through dance is how they express themselves and their talent is amazing.
I think that's super dope. I think it's dope. Thank
Yes.
you, Ange. Oh my God,
Thank
I
you. I really appreciate it.
appreciate
I had fun. I had fun.
it. I did too. So I want you guys to make sure you guys stay tapped in. Raw conversations. We are working on getting youth on this platform because honestly, this is their platform to be honest, to be open, to be creative.
Yeah.
And adults, you are the guest. So watch out now. You know, we have so many other platforms where it is people telling the youth they shouldn't say this, they should not do this, and discounting what they've had to do to survive, some of the trauma that they've gone through. You know, this is where the outlet.
I was going to say, this is their outlet. So I'm going to definitely promote. And like when we turn around, we're going to see so many followers. It's going to be out there, definitely, because I will definitely support.
Definitely. I appreciate you. So listen, y'all, tune back in every Thursday, Raw Conversations at 6:30 p.m. Definitely tap in. No topic is off limits. It is unscripted, you know. So let's chat, let's tap in. And then also we have a couple of events coming up. So we have a list of open mics coming up, dates in Long Beach. This is across the street from Jordan High School, if you're familiar with the area in Long Beach. But basically, if you are a poet, if you play an instrument, if you are an artist, just come out, tap in with the community. If you have resources for the community, tap in. So, and you can always find our information and all of our mental health workshop, cryptocurrency, NFTs, all of that we kind of tap into on envisionyouthservices.org. Don't play. Tap in next week, 6:30 p.m. Raw Conversations. We out. Do we just